to quickly write and effectively introduce the changes and the information.
Okay.
So here we learned while and which clause sentence are really important. Okay, now let me share another slide. So main part detail, do you remember it in report writing?
Yes.
Plus D plus M sentences.
Yeah, M plus D.
Can you read this sentence and tell me which part is the main, which part is the detail?
A number of houses were located in the north of the river in 1980. 25 years later, they were replaced by a stadium and a parking lot. So, main parts, a number of houses were located in the north of the river.
Okay, the main part is. So this is actually two sentences, two different
sentences, yes.
Okay, but now if I want to join them in one, then it's going to be like that. The house is located.
The house is located. Yes, the house is located in the north of the river in 1980. Were knocked down in 2005, with a new stadium and parking a lot being constructed in 2005.
And
so the main. That's the second part is detailed.
Yeah, this is actually the second part of the changing. Okay, what changed? What has been added? But I have given it as a detail with a new stadium and a parking lot. So parking lot is parking area, all right? So parking lot being constructed. So do you remember with the figure increasing, decreasing? Do you remember that detail?
Yes.
Yeah, this is exactly the same, but here I'm not saying figure, I'm saying something or somebody. It depends on your detail in the picture.
With a new stadium and parking a lot being constructed.
Exactly, yes, exactly. Okay. So another example here, there used to be woodland near the airport in the south of the river in 1980. This area was cut down to make way for the construction of factories 25 years later. So again, I've got two simple sentences. And by the way, I'm not saying that the candidate should always write complex sentences, but should have a mix of simple and complex sentences. Okay. For instance, these two sentences are quite nice to describe the given information, but if you want, you can join them in one sentence as well. Can you read the second, please?
Okay. The woodland near the airport in 1980 in the south of the river was cut down in 2005, with new factories being built.
Okay, so what I'm saying that the river, the woodland in the south of the river was cut down. Why? New factories, to build new factories. Okay, but I'm adding it, saying that with something being done.
With something being done, yes.
Lovely, lovely. Now let me go to the following. So can you read them, please?
Okay, just a minute. Okay, so the commute became much more. First one, you mean the commute from the north to the south became much more convenient. The railway in the south of the river was extended to the north over the 25 years from 1980 to 2005.
Okay, so these two sentences are simple.
Okay,
normal.
Simple. Now we are joining them with the commute became much more convenient between the north and south, with the railway in the south of the river being extended over 25 years.
Okay, so this is a simple plus D extended, right? M plus D, but the D part is with something or somebody.
With something being done. Yes.
Okay, lovely, lovely. Another example. So, you know why I'm giving more and more examples? Because candidates can easily learn good grammatical structures and vocabulary in the context.
Yes.
For instance, after reading these examples, when I show you a picture, then you are going to be able to join changes.
Okay.
And you will make sentences easily because you've got some example. You have seen some examples. Okay. Now another example. Can you read it, please?
Yes. In 1980, the south and east corner of the city was surrounded by houses in a green area. They were removed to construct new skyscrapers in 2005.
Again, you've got two times here, 1980 and 2005. And these two sentences show how something changed between these 2 years. All right? But
okay.
the sentences are simple.
Yeah.
Can you read it, please?
The houses. The houses situated in a green area in the southeast of the city in 1980 were demolished, with new skyscrapers being constructed in 2005.
Okay, so this the same structure. Okay. Have you got any questions so far?
No, I'm just trying to compare the first and second sentence. Okay.
But do you see the difference?
Yes. I think.
The meanings are the same.
Yeah.
But the way of making sentences is different.
Okay.
Okay, lovely. And now let me go to another structure is where subject plus verb. If you remember from our old lessons where I was saying that M plus D, but the D plus is where the figure increased or decreased. You remember it?
Yeah.
So this is the same, but here you don't say where the figure increased or decreased, but you say that where something happened. Okay. Now, can you read it, please?
A number of houses were located in the north of the river in 1980. 25 years later, they were replaced by a stadium and a parking lot. So you are giving the same sentence in two different structures, yes?
Yeah, these actually two sentences. One is in 1980, but the other is 25 years later, okay? But the second example is going to show how I put them in a bigger sentence by using this structure. Okay, can you read it, please?
The houses located in the north of the river in 1980 were knocked down, where a new stadium and a parking lot were constructed in 2005.
Okay, so now imagine that on the test day, you have two maps, two map descriptions, to describe. And you see that in 1980, the first picture, there used to be houses in the north of the river. And then you see that in 2005, in the second map, these houses are not there because they have been knocked down. And instead of them, a new stadium and a parking lot have been constructed, okay? So then if you want to join them, these two pictures, the same place, and you can say that the houses located in the north of the river in 1980 were knocked down. First picture, comma, second picture. There, a new stadium and a parking lot were constructed in 2005. So this is the second picture. All right, so no kind of a big issue, just only use these structures to join them, these and the previous one. Okay. For instance, another example is here, and
so commute from the from the north to the south became much more convenient. The railway in the south of the river was extended to the north over 25 years from 1980 to 2005. Okay, the commute between the north and the south became more convenient in the
south.
in okay,
Oh,
let
so
me
this is
start
my
again.
mistake here.
The commute between the north and the south became more convenient in
No,
where the railway
not in. Okay, without in. More convenient.
not more convenient, where the railway in the south of the river was extended to the north in the following 25 years from 1980 to 2005.
And this is yes, how and what changed in 2005. And I added it to the first sentence by saying where subject plus verb.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got here many. Okay, this is another structure, and it is with which plus verb. If you remember, we also talked about it in the earlier lessons in the previous classes. Which increased, which decreased. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
So now, can you read it, please?
A number of houses were locked in the. Okay, let me just directly read the new structure. The houses which were locked in the north of the. Okay, the houses which were located in the north of the river in 1980 were knocked down and replaced by a stadium and a parking lot in 2005.
Okay, so relative close. Okay, so and I'm saying that by adding which verb or which verb, I describe it the previous verb. I'm saying that these houses were located in the north in 1980, but now were knocked down and replaced by stadium. Okay, so the more you know structures, the less time you spend on actually making sentences. All right, so it is a kind of way to make comparisons easily. Then another here, then more here. Okay, now let me show this picture to you. Just quickly look at these two maps. One is 2000, the other is today, 2020. Okay, just read it.
The map below shows changes in the Spanish city of Castellón in recent times. Summarize information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant.
Well, have you blank paper and pen, please?
Yes.
So if I asked you to compare these two maps or these two places in 2000 and today, so how would you group the information? So what kind of method do you think would be effective to group the information here?
So what we can first of all, I can pick out the old places that.
You mean 2000, huh?
Yes, in 2000, like which remained in 2000 in new picture. Like university is the same there, and nothing changed, and road is there. So.
So this is called item-based description. So you describe and make a comparison between 2000 and today, item by item.
Okay.
Another way is to group the information period by period. For instance, body part 1 is 2000, body part 2 is 2020 today.
Yes,
this is also a possible way. But I think that this method is not going to allow you to show your creativity in making good sentences and making good comparisons. But how about this method? Just it's my suggestion. If you want, you can use it now. For instance, I would describe and make a comparison only the north of the city in both times. Okay, 2000 and today.
Understand. Okay.
For instance, northwest,
Okay.
university, northeast, again northeast, like this.
Okay.
So you have got now 5 minutes. Describe the north part of the city between 2000 and today.
Okay.
But you can use my structures like with something being done, where something which. Okay, but don't forget last instruction. Don't forget the tense form: 2000 past simple, today present perfect or present simple. Okay.
Okay, so I'm a little bit confused from which part to start, like to talk about university or the new constructed place, a hall of residence or new shopping centers.
For instance, I would compare northwest with northwest. Okay, for instance, of the area which used to be empty in 2000 has been given to a new hall of residence. Okay. All right. However, the university has remained the same, so nothing changed. The northeast, which used to be green in 2000, has been, for instance, cut down to make way for the construction of a new shopping center. You see, I'm going, section by section, northwest with northwest. Yeah, like this. Now, can you make sentences for only the north part of the city?
Okay, so north parts. Okay.
Only north of the city in both pictures.
Okay, so the area which
was vacant.
Which was vacant in 2000 has been given to hall of residence.
Hall of residence to accommodate more university students.
To accommodate more university students. However,
because hall of residence is not for public. I mean, for all people. It's only for students.
Okay.
Okay.
So, however, the university has been
Has remained the same.
has remained the same.
Good.
But while a green area in 2000
In the northern east.
northern east has been replaced by a new shopping center.
That's great. Okay, so this is how you should go information by information and make a comparison. For instance, when I am talking about the northern east, I would add this information as well, like this. The northern west, however, is less green today because the green area has been knocked down to construct a new shopping center. So this is description and comparison of the given change. Am I right? Less green is the comparison part, but has been given or has been replaced by a new shopping center, and this is description of the change.
Okay.